On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yo. Come on. Hey. That's up. Hey.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
That's up.
Right to the air is Jackson. And this complete to Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
It's not. 13. Hey, Ozzy. Sit up.
Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game, because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jackson from the shotgun. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick six to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in, because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
You talk about this Bengals defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Hey, Chuck. Hey. Hey, report.
To throw is Jackson. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
No, we changed it.
Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
13.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, right at the 30.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one complete. It's tanked down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Eleven Thomas. Stop.
Burrow will throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals at 11-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season,
Here we go.
I think they liked where their open week fell.
Stop.
A handoff left, Barber. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. Got a man open. It's Chase. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Stop.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Returning it is Moore. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
7-7, our score after one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. That is caught. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 yards that time.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Finding Walker complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
No, we changed it.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, middle.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mitchell will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Gun.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
1-1, ready?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
12.
Here's Burrow. Steps away to his left. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Tucker's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game has been looming on both of their schedules.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Let's get set. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, tank. 11 MT, tank. Shot.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On one, ready?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. Here's Moore on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Jackson. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On a quick.
Jackson now. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third down and 6.
Hey, report! Report!
Jackson will throw again. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Come on.
Forced out to his left. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. Gutsy decision to keep it, but it turned out to be the right one, and all of a sudden, 4th down becomes 1st down.
Gutsy and smart, because he's used to making a lot of decisions. You know that on every play he has to do it. In this case, he made the proper one, and that turned into a big 1st down.
Jackson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Jackson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that could have been and probably should have been a 3rd interception of this first half. He's got to figure out something because you cannot give the ball away like he's done and have any chance to win this game.
Tucker's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Setting up the screen here, it's Barber. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with the victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
On 1, ready?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
12, 12, 12.
Now Burrow. Dancing to his left.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
From the gun, Jackson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 3 on the play, but with it, time has run out on the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30.
I'm wondering.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's 3rd and 3.
12, 12, 12. Shot.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here we go,
so in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is something I may never understand. I don't get why a quarterback under duress who has a chance to get rid of the ball and save the yardage keeps it and runs out of bounds. Instead of an incomplete pass and no loss of yardage, it's a 3-yard loss.
Burrow will throw. That is caught, and he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
11 mighty, 11 mighty.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow, flushed out right. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Back to the running game with Barber. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Barber, toss left for Barber. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
11. 11, Thomas.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Taking a shot for Dell here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
12.
They'll set up to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Once again, it's Mitchell. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
Three quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
DC, ready?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Hey. 13. Hey, Ozzy, sit up. Sit up.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Here's Burrow.
Got his man, Dell.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And now third down and 6 to go. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. Steps away to his left.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
12, 12, 12, dot.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Taking a shot for Dell here.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow.
That's complete to Dell.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Gun.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Flush to his right. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. A down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll try to run with Mitchell. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Tucker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
On 2.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Nnamdi Madubuike in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this. And you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Here we go, here we go.
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Here we go. Shot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Here we go. Shot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Another run with Mitchell.
And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Trying the right side with Mitchell.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now 2nd and 5. They run over center with Mitchell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
12.
What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel...
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
180.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year, and they will head back.